Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series where we are the Unholy Horde here in Norland. And something kind of interesting has happened. I was looking at Nea in the last episode. I didn't mention it, but they were actually pretty good friends with all of their vassals. And now it seems that they all kind of hate them. And that's why Lerwick is actually uprising, apparently. And this is kind of interesting because Orestia and Craster are actually reinforcing Nea here anyways. So they're gonna help Nea to take down Lerwick, and then they're going to have to go and, at some point, uprise against Nea themselves. Now, I think that this is mainly because of the coward thing, but also because Nea's ruler has changed. All of the goodwill that they had is now gone, and the might of their suzerain's army is another part of it. So either way, this is going to end up being a perfectly timed kind of collapse of Nea here, and we can basically pick them off one by one. We are currently heading over to Norfield. We're going to take that out, and then we're going to bribe these forest bandits. Although I think I'm just gonna, not do that. We're gonna save the money, I suppose. We don't really need the money, but we can just go ahead and save it, I suppose, and just wait for Lerwick to get attacked by Nea, and then we can come in and burn it to the ground. Okay, so just a little update. Nea is going to attack Lerwick. They only have 19 soldiers with them. I'm not too sure why they are so low here, but they did go and reinforce Orestia for some reason, so that might be part of it. Lerwick already rebuilt up to 40 soldiers, so that's going to maybe be pretty difficult for them. They have walls and everything. We'll see exactly how that goes, but I think what we're going to do, we're going to go back and bribe these forest bandits. We'll send Lutta to do that. We have 42 soldiers, however, Otta died, and we only have one commander left because Serrano is actually passed out right now. He got knocked out or something like that, so not too good for him. I don't know if we can really even have a chance at this. I think we would lose pretty much everybody, so we need to get back home and rebuild our army and hope that we can weaken Lerwick maybe by taking out their king or something like that, but it's not looking too good. It might be kind of a, a little bit of a game here to see how exactly long it takes to weaken them. Okay, so the attack hit, and they only lost 11 soldiers from that, so they did manage to suppress the rebellion, I guess, but other than that, it does seem that Lerwick is still going to be pretty powerful. And I guess they did actually bring some of Craster and Orestia's soldiers with them, but it just wasn't that much. Now, as far as Orestia goes, they didn't get weakened at all. Nea maybe lost a little bit, but not too much. Craster is about the same as well, so it looks like everybody is doing just about as well as they were before. I only say Lerwick has lost 11 soldiers, however, they are going to rebuild that in 5 minutes, as we all know, so not really making too big of a difference there either. Okay, so unfortunately our bandits hit Lerwick here and only took them down by 11 soldiers again. I don't think we're going to be able to get them to actually kill off the queen or anything like that, so it's going to make it very difficult to actually weaken them enough to really help us at all. So I think the only thing we can really do now is pass some time, spawn more soldiers, get some commanders as well, because we are currently low on commanders. And this one is about to have their contract expire in 4 days, so we are going to need to deal with that as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and spawn more soldiers, and we will get over to Lerwick. Hopefully 100 will be enough, but they do have 40, and they have the walls, so it is going to be pretty difficult. We don't have much more armors than we did because we keep on running into a starvation issue, which is making it very difficult to have enough workers to actually produce all of the coal and tools and things that we need for the armor. So we'll have to see how it goes, but we may just have to go with numbers and nothing else. Okay, so we have spawned all of our new soldiers, and actually this time I went ahead and spawned 5 commanders just to make sure we really have enough commanders if one of them dies or anything. So let's go ahead and create our squads. So far, Lerwick has not actually rebuilt yet, but I'm sure they will before we get over there. So let's go ahead and have Serrano build his army, and then Salika here. Okay, and Valaris now, and there's Osiramirs, and that is apparently all that we can build in one squad creation, apparently. Okay, so let's go like that. Perfect. And there we go. So I guess you can only create 4 squads at a time. I did not even know that that was a thing. Saying 69%. Very nice. And hopefully we can do this. We will have to see how it all goes. Okay, so here we are at Lurwich, and we have 37 against our 94 here. This is probably the biggest battle we have yet had to deal with, and I actually do not know if we have any chance of actually surviving this with Serrano. I think we can win, but whether or not he will survive is basically the biggest question here. So let's go ahead and rush everybody over, and we are probably going to again wait for these towers to all fall, or rather the walls to fall, before we actually rush on it. Look at that. The graphics can't even really keep up with what's going on. That's actually pretty crazy. Alright, let's go ahead. So this is at 100. I don't really know what's happening. It seems to just be lagging, I suppose. Let's go ahead and wait for these fires to burn out. Okay, and the fire has pretty much burned out. We lost one of our squads already. That is the unfortunate part. We're gonna have this squad go for that tower down there. Hopefully they do not take too much fire on the way over. I think they should be okay. And these guys should all be fine. Yep, they are doing actually pretty well against these melee guys. Sure, you guys all get over here. And yeah, that is actually working pretty well. Okay, let's speed things along here a little bit. They are already going for this tower. Good. And this tower is now pretty much gone. So this actually worked out way better than I thought. I thought Serrano would be in pretty big danger, but his squad hasn't lost a single soldier. And of course, two squads have pretty much gone wiped out, but that is something that we can definitely deal with. Alright, and this is basically over now. Very, very good results, actually. Very big lag there, unsurprisingly. Okay, 25 soldiers died. So that is actually pretty damaging. But honestly, all things considered, I'm going to take it. Now, Arestia is probably our next target. They have 39 soldiers, but they do have this really big camp of forest bandits, so we should be able to make use of that. I think we're going to attack this village on the way home, and then we can go ahead and bribe these forest bandits with Letta. And luckily, we can get to and from home pretty quickly now because we have the military logistics too, so that's good. And we're going to go ahead and just spawn ourselves a new lord. Lord here. Perfect. And go and settle this city. So I think that's where we're going to call for this episode. So we have taken out one of the cities that is attached to Nea, no longer, of course. But we have 2 more, and then we can go for Nea itself. We might be taking an interlude and going for these 2 cities first. We'll have to see how that goes. But either way, that is going to be it for this episode. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.